So last time on Dragon Ball Super, Ultra Vegito, after tragically watching Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin and the rest of Earth get erased by the 11 gods of destruction, vowed to murder all gods that allowed it to happen, and started with Liquiir and his angel Korn, brutally murdering both. Now he continues his hunt of the gods, and in today's manga, that will continue with Heles, God of Universe 2. But before we begin, support this video and channel by leaving a like right now as you're reading this and watching this video till the very end for its shocking conclusion. Enjoy. So our story continues with Vegito arriving on a strange planet after brutally assassinating both the god Liquiir and his angel Korn. The planet he arrives on is noticeably desolate, surrounded by a multitude of large pyramids and palm trees that line the area. Nothing like the planet of Liquiir or Beerus. For a moment, Vegito looks tense, trying to work out a plan, as right now he can see nothing but pyramids, trees and lands. He takes a deep breath, closes his eyes and begins to locate any sign of life to find the god. I've never been to a planet like this before. Is this really where this universe's god is? Where the hell are they hiding this time? It doesn't matter. Wherever they go, wherever they hide, I'll find them. Let's just hope this time it's at least a slight challenge. Instantly, Ultra Vegito's face becomes full of shock. His eyes wide and his mouth open, he sees something that somehow brings fear even to the God Killer. What the? And unbelievably, in the sky before Vegito is a rain of what looks like an infinite amount of moving dots that get larger and larger. And as we zoom in, incredibly and horrifically, each one is revealed to be an arrow imbued with Hakai energy. As fast as Vegito is, there ultimately is no escape though, as he just stands still as each and every one of the arrows rain down, piercing him and the ground below in a matter of seconds, piercing his very skin and bone, tearing apart his flesh. At first, Vegito makes hardly any sound as the adrenaline and shock numbs him until... Vegito cries out. He's bleeding all over, his blood covering the black arrows in small crimson rivers. The pain being simply unbearable as the ends of the arrows become lodged in his body, each one seeping destructive energy into him, ready to erase the God Killer for good. Vegito can only comment now, no, not like this. Where did they come from? Vegito eventually collapses to his knees, his hands out to catch his fall, fighting the pain, doing whatever he can to not give in. Vegito's breathing heavy, sweat beading from his brow, his teeth clenched in pain. He starts to speak. No, it can't end like this. It won't end like this. It just can't. I promised them. I promised everyone. I'd avenge what the gods did. One god's death is not enough. Soon though, as Vegito contemplates his final moments, Heles and her angel reveal themselves. They stand there peering at Vegito, assessing with glee the damage they've inflicted on him. Her angel Sour comments, "Impressive, Lady Heles. I didn't think it would work from the stories I've heard of that God Killer. But seems your little booby trap actually worked. He's pinned down like a common rat." To which Heles responds, "Oh Sour, why would you ever doubt the most powerful female god in history? Beauty, brains and brawn, all in one package. Aren't you a lucky angel to be attending to me?" Slowly and enjoyingly, Heles and Sour then approach Vegito, who is still sitting on the floor, consumed in pain. Heles at this point is smiling as she says, So this is the famed God Killer, the one who betrayed his own god of destruction. It's nice to finally have some one-on-one time with you. I haven't been on a date with a man in a while. My, you haven't changed much at all in the last 10 years, have you? I'm not sure what I expected, but I didn't expect this. Still the same worthless idiot who doesn't know what he's doing. I must say though, what a pity. You would have made a fine toy boy for me. Slowly, she walks over to Ultra Vegito, clasps her hand over an arrow buried deep into his shoulder before she holds it there for a second. While Vegito stares at her hand, wondering what she's going to do. With a grin on her face, she yanks out the arrow out of Vegito's shoulders, saying, "Here, looks like you could use some help." Instantly, Vegito screams a scream that could strip paint from the walls. Blood gushes from the wound as a chunk of his meat seemingly comes off as he pulls. No doubt that brutal pulling really pained him, but that pain is soon replaced with sheer, utter confusion. As sadistically, Heles then sticks out a large tongue and unbelievably licks the blood off the tip of the arrow, seemingly taking a great pleasure in the pain and discomfort the God Killer is in. With her tongue still out and with a crazy look in her eyes, Heles says, how I've missed this. The taste of pain and fear in your blood is just too delicious. I could taste this all day and never get bored. So tell me, little toy boy, how does it feel to be seconds away from erasure? Do you feel the same fear Liquiir and Beerus felt yet? Vegito, meanwhile, can only look with a sense of disbelief, never having seen a god behave in such a way. He can only let out, "You are disgusting!" Heles, though, can only look down and laugh, responding, "I disgust you. The mortal who dares kill the gods that look over them is the one who is disgusted?" What a funny joke from such a worthless insect. You do well to remember your opinions mean nothing to a deity. You are nothing. Well, at least you soon will be. Just the slightest scratch from any one of my Hakai arrows will erase any mortal from existence. I'm sure you can imagine, you haven't got long left. Vegito, perhaps realizing his fate, then bows his head in a sign of what seems like defeat. His face sad, and he thinks and lets out, "An arrow of Hakai energy, like the one you fired at my best friend, an innocent. You erased him for nothing. With these same arrows you possessed, didn't you?" Heles, hearing this for a moment, looks confused and responds, "Huh? Your best friend? Did I hear that right? Who the devil was that? Do you have any idea how many miscreants I've had to put down with these arrows in my time? I can hardly remember the great rulers of entire planets I've taken down, let alone a damn earthling from your universe." If these were your last words, what a waste they were. But as Heles finishes saying this coldly, Vegito now begins to unbelievably start raising to his feet, now with his energy creating a strange sense of heat and crackles of lightning near him. What? Heles' Angel Sour, watching on, begins to panic. He knows full well Vegito is no ordinary mortal, but this shouldn't be possible in any case, as he remarks, "Vegito, just what kind of power does he have? He should have been erased minutes ago, but he's somehow standing. I don't know if this will end well." And suddenly, in a burst of rage, Vegito inexplicably pows up ferociously, screaming as he does so. How dare you not remember the name of those you killed? You monster! I'll make sure you remember each and every one of them! Instantly erasing the arrows within him as his power spews from his body. Huh? What's happening to him? This can't be! Heles, of course, is left completely sideswiped by Vegito's sudden burst of energy. She steps back in fear and to cover herself from Vegito's power and then continues, "This energy, that is that of a destroyer! Do my arrows have no effect on him? How? Universe 7 is said to not have a god of destruction candidate! Beerus, what were you thinking?" But before Heles could ponder any more on where this power of Vegito comes from, in an instant, in a display of unbeatable speed, Ultra Vegito rushes in right in front of Heles, ready to punch her into the next dimension, yelling, "Time to die, goddess!" Heles is frozen in fear, as seemingly time stops for her, and she thinks in her head, "Oh, is this it? This power, this speed, what can I do to stop this? I hope the children will be okay without me." But looking on with a deadly serious face is the angel Sour. With conviction on his face, he remains quiet until... The angel Korn suddenly and incredibly surrounds himself in an ultra instinct aura, readying himself for something as he thinks, "Angel laws or not, I will not stand by and watch Lady Heles die to this scum. For the good of the multiverse, I will stop this demon from wreaking havoc right now, and answer to my father later." Not today, Vegito! As shockingly, the angel Sour then enters the fray of battle, instantly using the speed of Ultra Instinct to get right between Vegito and Heles, with Heles being shocked herself. Huh? Sour, what are you... What? But in a shock turn of events, Sour is left gobsmacked as Vegito instantly switches forms to a complete Ultra Instinct form. His body now surrounded in the same exact aura as the angel, saying, "Haha, Ultra Instinct, huh? Fool! Don't tell me you thought you were the only one who could do that!" Yeah! And Sour, in a fruitless effort, then swings his angel staff across to hit Vegito. But Ultra Vegito, now in his complete Ultra Instinct form, just instantly dodges, as expected, with a smile saying, "Haha, too slow, Angel! Time to join your brother, Korn." And immediately Vegito then engages his deadly energy blade once again, now called the Godslayer Blade, and in one fell swoop that is so fast not even our human eyes can see it. For a moment there is pure silence, as neither Sour nor Heles knows what has just happened. Only Vegito, with his beaming smile, knows. As it is revealed incredibly, killing two birds with one stone, Vegito slices in half not only Sour, but extended his blade to cut through the very god he was trying to protect also. Now seemingly near brain dead, both Sour and Heles are split down the middle as their two halves begin to break off from one another like chopsticks. With the two bodies now lifeless in front of him, Ultra Vegito stands over them menacingly, his Godslayer blade in one hand and in the other a concentrated ball of destruction energy. And without a word more, he then yells, "Hakai!" Instantly turning the god and angel duo to nothingness, erased forever from the face of their own planet and universe. Vegito, then still in his Ultra Instinct form, coldly turns his back and lets out finally, His name was Krillin. We then see Vegito standing among the dust clouds of his attack, silent, potentially thinking of his next move, or staring into the soul of someone who is watching him. Vegito thinks, "The gods, only 9 remain now, and so too do 9 angels. They must know by now I am on the hunt. It's your move, gods! Come to me now, or I will find you." And as the scene zooms out, we then see that Vegito is indeed being watched, as the entire scene is now within the special crystal ball of an angelic staff. And watching him are none other than the god of destruction Belmod and his angel Margarita. Their faces full of concern and shock, with Belmod's hands on his hips, uncertain of what to do now until... "This is insane! Who is this guy? You've got to be kidding me! A Saiyan! A Saiyan killed 2 more of us back to back? And an angel! How, Margarita? How?" In frustration, he turns his head to his angel, who also looks worried and yells, "Margarita! What the hell do we do now? How is this even possible? You told me after Jiren surpassed the god of destruction that there would never come a day where a mortal would surpass an angel. You guaranteed me this, woman. Now both Sour and Korn are dead." Margarita, in response, just looks as confused as Belmod, her pigtails drooping lower, now without their usual bounce. There's a large build-up of sweat dripping down her face. She tries to think fast and replies, "Belmod-sama, I don't quite know how he was able to dispose of my brother Sour like that. It was one thing defeating Korn when he had his powers erased, but Sour used his angelic abilities and was still destroyed. He should have been able to put up a better fight against Vegito, whether he had Ultra Instinct or not. I can't understand how, but Vegito's mastery of Ultra Instinct has become even greater during his confinement." Her face then turns to Belmod and continues, "All I can say is, he was nowhere near this strong when he first defeated Beerus. This is a different Vegito altogether. Somehow, he's gained an enormous amount of power and skill while he's been away all this time. But how? It's still unclear why Zeno-sama even kept him alive. There seems to have been no reason for that other than to make him suffer. When I watch Vegito in action, this mortal has mastered not only the power of destruction beyond you and the other gods, but also perfected Ultra Instinct on the level of us angels. To have mastered both forms, the destruction of a god and the Ultra Instinct of an angel. This isn't good for anyone." A grave concern then descends over Margarita's face. She grips her staff with anxiety and places a finger under her chin to help her think. Finally, she says, "And of course, there is still one more issue that we need to address. On his own, he is able to not only wield Whis' staff, but also make the staff obey him. It follows his every command. That in itself is a mystery, for not even a god like yourself would be able to do anything with an angelic instrument. Nothing would happen. They are hardwired to respond to only our specific angelic energies alone. I don't want to believe it, but if my brother Whis left behind that scepter to Vegito, he may have imbued Vegito with something else too. Something that explains his command over it." At this point, Belmod looks utterly furious. His face coursing with heated blood, he throws his hands up and grabs his hair from both sides, yelling, "That damn Whis! Look at what he's done now! I always knew he was as much trouble as Beerus. I just didn't want to say anything. And now look at what's happening. Damn it! This is insane! A god killer is on the loose, slaughtering not only us, but the angels too! And Zeno and the Grand Priest are nowhere to be found. This is unheard of. We need a plan, and we need one quickly! And suddenly, an idea does come to Belmod. His eyes dart back at his angel, and he says, "There's only one person in this universe who can save us. I never thought I would have to do this, but it seems that Vegito has left me with no other choice. We must call the only one who could benefit from the power increase of becoming a Hakaishin in time to stop this monster. We must call the one stronger than a god of destruction, before it's too late." Just like that, we are then treated to an image of Jiren the Grey, who it seems for the last 10 years, and even from the moment the Tournament of Power ended, has kept himself training mentally just as Vegito was forced to do. What insane power he will now possess once he wakes up is anyone's guess. Meanwhile, on Champa's planet, watching the same image of Vegito with his angel Vados' staff, the two remain silent at first, not knowing how to react or what to say. They're completely unsettled at what they've just witnessed, fighting their eyes as if they're trying to deceive them. Champa begins sweating, saying, "This has gotten out of control. Beerus, you damn fool! What have you done to us? This is no ordinary Saiyan, no ordinary mortal. How could you allow a mortal like this to exist on your watch? How could you not foresee that one day he could be a challenge to us? Those damn Saiyans would always seek out a fight, and you knew that! Not even a candidate to be a god of destruction, yet you taught him destruction techniques." But unlike Margarita, Vados comparatively seems much calmer and looks at Champa and says, "Lord Champa, permission to interject. It would seem that in a scenario like this, both our lives are now in danger. This Vegito is just as much a threat to me as he is to you. Whoever this Vegito is, he sees no more reason, no more logic, nothing. He cannot be talked down from his mission of vengeance. He is scary, yes, but he is not unbeatable. We must remember that at the end of the day, he is but just two Saiyans, forged together. And we have an entire planet of them. I would say that the odds are in our favor." A shocked look comes across Champa's face as he realizes what she's talking about. Of course! The Saiyans! How could I forget that? A sinister grin then comes across Champa's face as he continues. What a brilliant idea! You really are the best of the angels. So that's what we have to do. Vados, bring me Kaba, Kale and Cauliflower here at once. And send word also to the most talented of the Saiyans in Universe 6 that I will be paying a visit to him personally soon. With him and those kids trained in a room of spirit and time, this Vegito won't know what's coming to him. Bring me the King of Sadala! And in the last image we see the lone King of Sadala, sitting on his throne of bone and skull, the wares of those he defeated in battle. A devilish smirk coming across his face as if he too knows a true battle to excite a Saiyan will finally be coming. But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag double kill in the comments down below, and let me know who you want to be the next victim of Ultra Vegito to be. But if you need to see the next chapter of this story next, you can help fund its creation ASAP on my Patreon for just $3, where not only do you support the story, but you also get rewarded a ton of manga goodies shipped straight to your address in return also. But if you just want to watch more of my signature content, just click on one of these two videos on the right, right now. Until next video guys, cheers.